Hi, I'm Steve with SteveOsha.com, and I want to thank you for joining me today. For the past few days, about a week, 10 days or so, I've been talking about money. And today I want to talk about money and your kids. So I want to talk about maybe some tips you can use for how you can teach your kids about money and if you have kids at different age groups so I'll just kind of run through these and hopefully this will help you to train and raise smart kids about money. First, if your children are, say, between the ages of 3 and 5 years old, you kind of want to identify, what are coins, what is their value. You also maybe want to identify things that they might know that cost money. Maybe toys that they play with. How much does this cost? How much do certain things cost? Like maybe a little stuffed animal or a board game that you guys play with the family, or whatever it is that maybe you're buying for your children at that age, that you want to be able to show them what it costs. So this way they're understanding the value of what those items are. Let's say your kids are 6 to 10 years old. Now they're up the group. Step back a little bit. I just wanted to add one more thing for the 3 to 5 year olds. You want to you want to show them that people like yourselves, you work to earn money. You earn money by working. So you go to work every day, and why do you do that? And you kind of share that with them. But you would share that with a kid at any age for that matter. But if your kids are between 6 and 10 years old, you may want to talk about giving them an allowance and what that means and how much. You guys got to kind of work that out, between you and your husband, or you and your wife, and talk about it with your kids. Tell them what you're giving them the allowance for, what it is for, and what they should use it for. Tell them how they should spend their money. Show them. Share with them how you would spend if you were their age. How would you spend that money? And compare prices on different things. Like I said, pick items that you may have bought for them, or when you take them to the store, show them what the value of these items are that you're buying for the household. And you may want to start opening up a savings account with them. Obviously, if you do open up a savings account, you keep yourself on the account. Obviously, the bank will require it, I'm pretty sure, and they'll make you do that. So this way it's protected, so that you can keep tabs on where the money is at all times. Now, let's say if your kids are in the age group 11 to 13 years old, you may want to talk about, I'm kind of fighting a little bit of a cold here. You may want to talk about saving money, saving 5% or 10% of their money, and what that means to save the money and what they should use it for. Talk about goal setting for the money. Talk about, they get into that age now, they're in their tweens, you just kind of want to work that discussion in with them about goal setting, about what it means to work hard to earn the money, and what the value of that is. Show them the example of you going to work. What's the value of that? Show them what that value means. And tell them, talk to them about, again, spending their money, about not spending their money where they shouldn't. You need to show them that there are certain things that they should do with their money and certain things that they shouldn't do with their money. So that's what's important. Now, let's suppose you have a little older kids. They're 14 to 18 years old. Obviously, as an 18-year-old, they're technically an adult, but we all know that there are a lot of 18-year-olds that act like 5-year-olds. I mean, I've been there. I like to think I'm still an 18-year-old. Sometimes like to still be the big kid. But anyways, talking about, if you have kids that are 14 to 18 years old, talk about creating a budget for them. Walk through it with them, what it's all about. Talk about, what it means to write a check and what that means, and what checks represent, and how the checks work with the banks and how it all works. Talk about credit cards. Obviously, credit cards are evil. Credit card companies will start tapping into your kids at like 12, 13 years old, if not sooner than that. If they can, they'll do it. And I got a credit card when I was right in college, so that was pretty much my first credit card for the most part. But they're getting them at young ages today, so you want to talk to them about that, about not overspend, about not using that credit card. They really don't need it. So you want to talk about that value and what that means once they do use it, that they got to actually pay back the money with cash, with the money that they're going to earn. So you want to talk to them about taxes and what that means. Obviously, in many states, you can work when you're some states 15, most states 16 years old. You can start getting a job. I know my niece, she just turned 16 last October, and she's working now. So my sister's going through this discussion with her about money and about working hard and things and not wasting the money. You spend it on things that are of value and what you want, and you save that money for the things you want. Right now she's saving for car insurance, a car, so she's not spending the money that she's earning, that she works on the weekends. So, and you talk to them about getting a job. Obviously, like I said, most kids can start working at 15 and 16. You want to talk to them about that and what kind of jobs you think that are good for them, based on what their skills or something you think they might like doing. So now let's suppose you have young adults, 18 plus. Again, you want to talk about credit score and the credit cards and all that. You want to maybe talk about saving 3 months worth of expenses. There are sometimes 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds that get kicked out of the house. I mean, some parents are just, you're out. So you got to teach them what it means to be on their own, and about the credit cards and about saving for money and how about balancing the checkbook and about renting an apartment and various things like that. So I hope this was of value to you today. If you found it valuable, I do have some other blogs that I've been writing about the past 2 weeks on about money. So if you want to check those out, they are at www.steveosher.com/blog. That's STEVOSHER.com/blog. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.